Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hey there, y'all, and welcome to Your Strings. Hey.
Hey.
I thought you were going to sing. So we're at my
I'm not
house
good at
today.
that part.
Yeah, no, you are. We're at my house today, hanging. Eventually, we're hoping to be in the closet.
Oh, I've been out of that a long time ago.
I think I'm just starting to come out, actually. Let me fix that. So,
Having a gay awakening.
I'm having some sort of gay awakening. I haven't even talked to Merf about that. Whatever. The last man made me done with men, I guess, so much so. I keep drinking your bitch beverage, but here, let's cheers.
Cheers.
So we're kind of turning up at my house, hanging with the kids. I was going to hit the bowl before, and then I wanted to show you how cool this bong is. My child, Mr. Casseopeia, Dr. Casseopeia. Will be. This is their bong. Dr. Ophiuchus is turning 22, like in a week.
Exactly.
Fuck-a-doodle. And then I've got another child over here and another child over there. They're not turning up with us.
No.
So.
Disclaimer.
But yeah, disclaimer. So you guys go ahead and talk.
I said all I showed was my forehead.
So, but you've seen these children before. They're the same ones.
Yeah.
They're not actors. They're
Not exchange them.
I do have to laugh that how our normal videos go, and then I've had like an occasional like guest, and all of a sudden it's all formal. But like this is who we are, and I just think this is whatever.
On the TikToks.
What's that?
Yes, I think I saw the thing on the TikToks, but it was my butt again, so I had to scroll. I was like, it'll pop up again, and I'll make myself watch
videos.
it.
So here, I'll explain. The videos don't upload well. We've also hold up the baby. Casseopeia needs to hold up the baby. So the videos don't upload well to Facebook. It'll like upload and then all of a sudden it's not uploaded.
Oh.
So that's why I'm showing little clips.
Want to be held.
And it seems to me that's Miss Bradley.
Free spirit.
Miss
Yeah.
Bradley. But for those of you who
She
wonder,
only lets me hold her in pride.
we're all,
I used to have a cat like that.
no, it's okay. We're all playing. We're all squirrels.
Yep.
But that's the reason. Is I tried uploading a full-length episode to Facebook. It wouldn't do it. We might go live sometime. We could have done that tonight, but I just think I'm in my jammies. I was dressed up. I dolled up. I have makeup on, and I was like, "Fuck it, I need out of that bra."
Yeah, I thought
Although
about
we
getting
might
cute,
go
but I
in the
brushed
closet.
my hair.
Yeah, you look good.
That's all
And you know what? We're all cute.
Yeah,
And so, but that's. No, you're
I'm wearing
good.
the same thing from yesterday.
Huh?
I'm wearing the same thing
Oh,
from
But it's
yesterday.
so comfy. That's such a great fit, you know.
I was like, I didn't do much anyway.
It's a good fit. Somebody's got to see it.
Just telling y'all all our secrets.
Yeah.
We're hobos.
I am okay for right
We're
now.
actual hobos. And I shouldn't even be smoking, but
Yeah, that joint I smoked kicked my butt.
The joint will do that.
It kicked my butt, man, and I did not try to smoke that whole thing. I was gonna hit it a couple of times and be done. I'm watching my little stories on the Game Boy, and I look over, and this thing is like 3/4 down.
I
was like, Rip
they
that.
do. They kind of, yeah.
I mean, no, we smoked it away.
I mean, yeah.
And I was like, we gotta put this out and
Like
put it away.
Okay. I don't know. We're sideways.
You're like,
I'm good for
pitch.
now. Yeah. You said 3, but no. No, I took one. I didn't take one until after we started the show.
It's true.
It's so funny we're doing the show. We might go in the closet. I do have cute clothes, but I'm just glad Merf is at my house. It's funny when it's my house, it's such a different thing. Like at your house, it's Frankie.
Yep.
It's puppy dog energy. And it's so funny that the last show, like, so the clip I do show, so pretty much what I'm doing is I'm isolating where I do a song. And then I'll say for the full episode, follow us either on YouTube or our podcast. Because I can't get it to upload to Facebook.
Yeah.
So if we can do lives on Facebook maybe, and TikTok for that
I
matter.
don't
But
know
I
if live
can't.
is safe.
They have a Facebooks.
I know, like, you know, because,
We just get into random other side
right,
items.
it's so much better to be able to edit.
Yeah.
Bradley is so cute.
This podcast I watched, they paid $20,000 for a button that they can press anytime they say something wrong, and it like goes back in time and removes it all the air.
We do talk a lot of shit sometimes. We don't even mean to. But then sometimes
it'll
we
be-
go off
yeah.
into la la la, and it's like, well, nobody
Yeah.
needs to know that, or
Our
you know.
dance break. That was horrible.
We did. I can't believe Murph wouldn't let me post.
No, because it was
Like,
pretty much just the camera.
We were
The
dancing.
camera was just conveniently
We
focused only
dance
on
party.
me. You could see like this part of your mama,
Yeah.
this shoulder
see,
part,
you know.
and that's it. And it's just me twirling, being an asshole. Yeah, I'm like,
We were throwing down to
Sure
some
not.
Steely Dan, man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, I put on like the actual album.
Yeah.
Asia.
Well, you just have to
Yeah.
boogie.
It was. It's a great album.
God, now I want
But,
to like, hey Alexa, Sly and the Family Stone. Like, we gotta have some music in the
We
background.
might need to quiet her down a little.
Yeah. Hey Alexa, play If You Want Me to Stay by Sly and the Family Stone.
Sure. If you want me to stay by Sly and the Family Stone from Spotify.
It's funny. We're like, play If You Want Me to Stay. And I'm like, ooh, Alexa. Like, it takes that. Like, if you don't want me to leave right now, you better play this song. Shut up.
So I just discovered, well, Django was clever enough to discover that the microphone was on mute. Actually, let me listen back.
Right.
So we realized, well, my son came up and put the headphones on. Thankfully, I've got the headphones right here, and realized that there was no sound for whatever amount of
Good
time.
portion, yeah.
I listened to the beginning. I was like, oh, there's sound. And then Casseopeia was like, maybe you should check. And then at the end, there's none. So I don't
It was
know how
very
much of that
smart
recorded.
for them to.
God, it's a
to
good.
say that.
Isn't it cool that life had us record over here today?
Yeah.
Although it probably was my fucking house fairies that muted the microphone anyway. Because for some reason, all of a sudden, it was on mute. I don't know why. All right. Let me make sure we're recording. All right, we've had a series of mishaps, and I think
And
it
learning.
was all a learning experience. I've got my headphones, I've got my glasses. Like, let's make sure if it ever becomes like smell-o-vision. No, I'm just kidding. So, after a series of mishaps, we're back. Not that you guys know, although, yeah, I think I'm going to see if I can do some silly editing and show a speeded up,
A montage.
muted.
montage.
Some of it was muted version of what we tried to record before.
Yeah.
How fucking funny is that? I don't know if we're going in the closet tonight, but I'm so glad you're here.
Me too. Yeah.
It's so silly. So we have learned that the microphone can randomly be muted. I probably did that and didn't even realize, or the fairies did. And then, like, my son, my 13-year-old Kyan, there, yeah, come say hi.
The star himself.
Yeah. You know, mentioned to us that because we had music playing in the background. and that we could get copyright infringement. And then we went back and looked over our previous videos and saw that somebody had put copyright. So I don't know what any of that means. I don't either. Really good at hugging trees, you guys. Yeah. I can embrace a tree. I can really ground. But when it comes to all this stuff, fucking A, man. It's a learning.
Yeah.
Let's all cheers. Let's all drink to drinking, you guys. This has become our weekly gig. Never done.
Empty can.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yay,
Props.
cheers.
Props.
And so I don't even know if you guys got video that Casseopeia will be 22 in like a week. Maybe
I know I look 14, but I'm actually 74.
When I'm 64.
It's okay. I'm 197.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I eat placenta.
I'll be there one day.
Well, I realized that 49, 4 plus 9 equals 13, which makes me the same age as Kyan. However, 1 plus 3 equals 4, and so I'm actually 4 years old.
She's 4, I'm 74, you're 139.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it's whatever. Age is just a number, right? That's so silly. Because I do.
Age is just a number sometime.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I turned 40...
Only on a birth certificate.
Only on a birth certificate. Well, I mean, there are certainly circumstances where age matters, and I'm definitely 49, and he's definitely 13, and, So... oh shit, I was just going to say something. It was so funny and then I got just... Oh no, about reducing it down. So when I turned 43, my mom and I were kind of mad at each other. We do that, all of us. We do that, mothers and daughters.
That's how that works, yeah.
And my mom and I are both Capricorns. So I was living in New Bern, North Carolina, and she and her boyfriend, her partner really, Jim, dropped off this amazingly delicious chocolate cake. And so I was, 43, and so Kyan was 7. And I remember we were beholding this magnificent chocolate cake, and something occurred to me, and I couldn't let my child down. And I looked at Kyan, who was 7, and so 4 plus 3 equals 7. I have to keep saying it. I looked at my child and I said, "You think adults can do whatever they want to do, huh?" And he goes... Yeah. And I said, "Well, we can." And I grabbed a fork and I didn't cut the cake. I just started eating it. And he got a fork and we just started eating the cake. We don't have to follow any rules. I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want to do. And honestly, one of the most empowering things, I don't know why this is popping up, but the reason what shaped me to be who I am is working with adults and children who have developmental disabilities. And there was so much emphasis on the rights of the person. And I love that and I embrace that. There was so much emphasis on the right of the person and how they had to always be given choices. And suddenly it dawned on me, like, I'm a person. and I realized, like, that there's been so much progress towards honoring the rights of the person that we almost forget that the whole fallacy of authority is just that. It's a fucking fallacy. Mm-hmm. I can't get through an episode without talking about authority is a lie, motherfuckers. Motherfuckers.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to get into it.
But it's a fallacy. So it's like, it's not even we have to ask permission. It's just about that Socrates quote, that the secret to change is to focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. And so over and over again, that's what I have to remember. It's on building the new, focusing on the new seeds we're planting. We are literally creating. So when people say resist authority, like, no, you're still in the other cage. You're still in that other construct. We are manifesting different, and so that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, the Saturn keeps talking to me and saying the new structure needs to be based on the spiral. because it represents the natural divine timing, divine cycles. It's cyclical. And we have to allow our lives, we have to allow the freedom for the cyclical nature and not be so rigid and confined and constricted in the square, in the box. And so when you resist authority, you're still in a paradigm, a construct that says authority is a thing.
Yeah.
But if you just focus on planting the seeds that you want in your garden and don't worry what they're growing over here, but you just focus on, if you don't want beets, don't put beets in your garden. If you want strawberries, plant strawberries. Like, it's really, it feels like it's that simple. And I love being a channel because, like, I receive it, but then in my everyday life, I struggle with it. I'm like, yeah, but the bills.
yeah, they don't go away.
But
They just continue.
But here the cycle has been so represented. Like, winter has been fucking hard, but somehow, some way, the cycle's around, and now we're coming into a season of harvest. Season of abundance and new seeds planted. So that's all.
And being raised with you having that mindset, like, I completely, like, yes, I still have to participate in society, but it's like I'm in a play or something.
We're in a play.
It's
all a game.
Literally, it's other humans who are just as valid of a human as me, with just the same rights. Like, they just decided this was going to be how it is, and that humans have to be so serious.
Yeah. It's all made up. Yeah.
It's literally all made up.
It's made
up. It's all fucking made up.
So
the clock, money,
yes,
religion, it's all
literally all made up.
I was talking to Jeremy the other day. I'm like, yeah, every day of the month is supposed to be 28 days. We're supposed to have 13 months. And
it's supposed to be based
April
on the moon.
1st is the beginning of the year. And that's why they call it April Fool's Day. It's because they are fooling y'all into thinking it is just another day. That's the beginning of the year. That's the actual beginning of the year. Why is it? But really, and there's another zodiac that we don't have that we should have.
Well, no,
bless you, what?
Ophiuchus or Ophiuchus, you'd think I would know better. But I don't count it because I used to be such a fangirl of the Leo King. He kind of went in a direction that doesn't align to who I am. But I still think he's brilliant. And what he said is that because we're on an elliptical, and so Ophiuchus is only even present at certain times of the year.
But Pluto walked away from us too. And then they were trying to say that Pluto wasn't real, but Pluto still has a connection with all of us. Now, mind you, they came back.
Yeah, it's a dwarf
But
planet.
at the same time, it's like we have it planned in our things,
understand what I'm saying though, but I do agree with the 13. In the elliptical, like Pluto does orbit out, but that's different because it's different because it's a planet and not a constellation.
Yeah.
So the constellation will completely be outside of our orbit. So there's plenty of trillions, unfathomable amounts of constellations throughout the universe and the galaxy even, and so we're just on an elliptical plane. But you know what? In that, I'm willing to open up to 13 because I do feel like 13 is the number of the goddess.
Well, and I'm like,
there's 13 moons.
It follows your moons. It follows your womb cycles. It follows all of that with the 28 days having 13 months.
Right. Yeah.
Every bit of that falls together. Right. So now, if we did have those, then what would that mean? Having that other zodiac, or would we?
It's just like I feel like our same zodiac, like the zodiacs that currently exist, wouldn't just like change time. Like I feel like it would kind of still be the same. I'm just so a Pisces. I'm like, there's no way I'm a fucking whatever I'd be.
I'm a Capricornius.
Aquarius.
I'm like
not an Aquarius.
I'm 2 days into Capricorn.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that would mean if we all had our 28 days, but my birthday is the 24th, and the 21st.
I've just seen
21st is when it changes.
If we, at least when I was
22nd.
younger, there would just be random posts being like, "There's a 13th zodiac sign," and then I would suddenly be an Aquarius, and I was like, "But that makes no sense."
Well, but they were talking about how that was messing up things when Pluto went away too.
Well, yes.
They were saying that would change
That is
where
true.
the zodiac sat, and I'm like, no, I don't get that because I was already born when they were doing their thing. So no, that's me. It would only be when it was changed, having a new somebody coming into where do you fall into?
Yeah.
Right.
When Pluto went away, but like say we kept our 28 days, would we have that extra zodiac? Would we? The one that
I don't know if it would be Ophiuchus though, because it's an it's a here and then. Like with Pluto, see, I'm not sure what you're talking. I know they demoted Pluto.
They almost said it wasn't a planet anymore.
Said it was a dwarf
but
planet,
it wandered off. It wandered away from our solar system.
It is. Oh, right. Okay.
And then it did come back, and then they were like, finally, okay, yeah, Pluto is still a planet.
Yeah.
Because everybody was in an uproar about them
It's
saying that
just
Pluto wasn't a
elliptical,
planet.
right.
But it is a small planet. It's not, one of the bigger sun bodies.
I think
but
it's about the same
still
size
counts.
as.
And Pluto is one of my mama's planets. She's Scorpio, and she's like, do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So she was okay with Pluto, like, leaving us for a minute.
Yeah.
She's like, no, they're just taking their time. They're doing their own thing.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, that's Scorpio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's so funny, like, what the archetypes for the different signs, I don't know that they, like, Capricorn is so misrepresented, but it's like, we're committed to what we're passionate about. But I don't think, and so I guess that's been expressed through money. And while I do think about success and money, mostly it's about providing for my family.
Well, that's just, I
And
think
so-
it's less about money. It's more just like, kind of you're very focused on like the path forward a little bit and like constantly planning for like
That
how you're
makes
going to
sense.
keep your future afloat.
Right.
Which falls in like in our
It's
whole
legacy.
society.
And that is
it's,
Capricorn. It's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just
No,
feel
if
like
I
we
think
kind
it's
of
going to crumble,
misinterpreted
we got to
for
figure
money.
something out and dip. Like, we've got to
Right.
make a plan.
But also
Yeah.
the artist. I feel like Capricorn, it's a very artist kind of an energy because
Well,
it's
yeah,
like
because it is an earth water sign.
it's an
So
earth.
It's earth
yeah,
sign.
yeah. And
Yeah.
but what
It has
it's
its like
it's
water.
about feeling very
well, at
deeply.
least that's what you always told me was that.
Right. It's the sea goat.
Well, yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
It's not an earth
Yeah.
water.
It's like
kind of,
secondary
you know.
energy, and I think each of the signs has like a primary element and then a secondary element. I feel like they all do. Like Aquarius is the water bearer.
Right, but-
people think
but
it's
with
a water
they're an
sign,
air
but it's an air
sign,
sign.
yeah.
But it's and Capricorn is the sea goat.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, I'm a sea goat horse person.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on
Yeah.
there.
and it depends on because some people are into cusp. Like some people would say, no, you're more Capricorn than anything.
Yeah.
Because
I claim both, but
because there's something about those first couple degrees and those last couple degrees that almost make you more the sign because you're like bringing in, but it's like a bringing in new energies kind of a thing. So like where my grandpa is like 92 and he's a Capricorn and he's very much he's always been about how much money he makes and the house that he keeps and the cars that he drives. And he's a very intelligent man. He has like 5 degrees or something. He's got several degrees. Maybe the 5 is he used to speak 5 languages.
oh wow.
Like my grandpa's fucking
He's
brilliant.
a really cool guy.
And he was born in Guam, which I think is so fucking cool. And meow.
Says, actually, I was born in Guam too.
yeah.
No, you were born in Colorado Springs.
No, I was born in Guam.
I'm sorry I get all intense. I'm like, but Capricorn energy.
Well, no, but I
It's
feel like
just
my
about-
structure and whatnot
Yeah.
is my Capricorn side. My
Right.
like needing to be on time for work and doing what you're supposed to be doing,
Yeah.
structured things. But I feel like my silly and my asshole is my Sagittarius.
Now, see, I see it the other way. Because
But my asshole could also be Capricorn. Cause
I feel like
Yeah.
the
We
most,
can.
honestly, the most successful women I know in my life are Sagittarius women. And so I think that's the structure in keeping to this, because they are ruled by Jupiter, which Saturn gets the thing about the discipline and all that. But Jupiter is also law. They're both law. Saturn and Jupiter are both law. They're just different aspects of law. And so one is expansive and one is restrictive. So I found Saggies to be more on time because they have a different mindset about being on time. It's more about it's rude not to show up on time.
If you're on time, you're late.
Whereas Capricorn is like, if you're on time, you're late, and it's that. And I don't like that, but that's why Saturn is considered a malefic.
When I'm only on time to work, I'm not on time anywhere else.
Same. Well, but it's work. A gig is work.
Yeah,
you know?
at work, I'm like,
Right.
okay, I've got to get
But
there.
otherwise, we need that ambiguity. But the thing about Capricorn and why it's such a messy artist thing to me, my second ex-husband, the boy's dad, is an artist. He's a Capricorn. My mom's a Capricorn. And that it's that seagoat thing. So the fishtail is you need to care deeply about it. Because if it's something that a Capricorn really cares about and wants to do, you won't find a more committed person, and it's really hard to get them not to hyperfixate on what it is that they want. However, if you get a Capricorn to promise to do something they don't want to do, you won't find a bigger fucking flake.
Yeah.
Capricorns are more flaky than Gemini.
Yeah,
And I say that as
I
a
got
double
you like
Capricorn.
next month.
It's like if you don't feel passionate about it, you can mean it, you can want to
That's
be,
where
you
Yeah.
my
can want to
Capricorn
mean
moon
it.
comes into play.
And there are no
unfortunately.
bigger flakes than a Capricorn
And I
that
hate
doesn't
that
want
part,
to do
yeah.
what they've
Yeah.
promised they
Yeah.
do.
No,
It's
I
like,
get that.
and I hate that.
Well, that's just other than I guess Grandpa D. Like, I have never met a Capricorn that is like super like pungent with time and is like put together and is like
No.
very business oriented. It's like
Yeah.
they are once they
We're
find
messy
something that they are
artists.
like driven by, they will put everything into it. But they are also like extremely hectic, silly
It's
artsy people. Like,
and I think it's because Saturn is also reclaiming her feminine, and so time becomes ambiguous because we need to realign to that divine timing, and that's that whole, and so I feel weird, like, and I know there's people out there that are like, I channel Archangel Michael and I channel, so and so. And I feel kind of silly saying that I channel Saturn.
I think that's real.
But I do.
Well,
and
but we
she's
are
the crown.
Saturn's children, or as you say, we're Saturn's bitch.
I'm Saturn's bitch.
Yeah.
And Saturn's like, I am the crone, I'm the grandmother, and we need to reorient ourselves to divine timing.
I
So
feel like the grandmother.
la la la. You
As-
are the
As
Meemaw.
That
I
makes
am a
sense.
Meemaw.
You are a
I am
Meemaw.
such a Meemaw.
Yeah.
Absolutely
that
fucking.
makes
I
sense,
keep
yeah.
on the cheers.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, let's cheers.
Cheers.
Do
Cheers.
you want a bitch beverage or no?
I'm just
They
giving
will be
myself
22.
a minute.
All right. Can I hit your bowl?
Yeah, of course.
Like, I don't
I
even
just-
know
I'll
if we
have
got
to
the
pee a
bong
million
clip.
times if I drink
Okay.
it.
Yeah, you
I
don't
don't
buy
even
it, you
know if we
rent
got
it.
the bong clip, but I
You don't
hope
buy
so.
it, you rent it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how that goes.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Fair enough.
So you were talking about a dream journal, and that was
Yeah,
what
yeah.
made me want to turn the camera on. So
Oh yeah, that dream I had.
I don't know if you want to go into detail, but you're
Well,
welcome
there's not
to.
a whole lot of detail.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could remember the rest of it. I remember even last night, I woke up in the middle of the night because the puppy wanted me to take her out at like 5 this morning.
Oh dang.
Yeah. And then I started recalling some of the dream, and I'm like, you need to remember this so you can write it down tomorrow, because I wasn't like awakening myself to write it down so I could get back to bed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do.
And I remembered more then, but I don't remember it now. But the only part that I remember was, and so, like, and we've talked about my dreams and whatnot, and I have a bunch of different dreams, but I'm always in these dreams. This particular dream, I was not part of the dream. I was watching the dream like a TV show. Yeah. It was very different.
Yeah.
And the only part that I remember is this guy and girl. Guy had like salt and pepper hair. So they were like in their 40s somethings. And so like on the mantle above your fireplace where you have like your books, maybe a little globe or a clock, whatever those items are that go on that shelf, were bronzed. So I couldn't really see what the items were, but I could see the shapes of said items, but they were part of the dashboard on the car. Not that they put it there, but that, like, it was just part of the car. Like, that was just part of the thing.
That's so cool. And how far down did it go?
What do you mean?
So it's funny that it was like, at first your impression was like a mantle over a fireplace.
Yes.
But then it was the dashboard of a car.
Yes.
And then it just occurred. I'm glad to hear this the second time, because I'm just like wondering, what is the implication of bronze?
I don't know, but like the
And I didn't mean to
shapes,
interrupt, but yeah.
the shapes were like the stuff you would see on the mantle over a fireplace, but they were enclosed in bronze. They were bronzed, but it was part of the dashboard of their vehicle.
That's so crazy. And
I
were they
have
driving?
no.
Like, where
yes,
were y'all going?
No clue.
Dang.
Don't remember. I don't even know if the car was in motion when I saw that clip in my head. Like, you know what I mean?
But
Like,
it's
I remember
so
seeing the two people
significant.
were in the car. They were in the car. Dude was driving, chick was passenger, and a bronze set of whatever as their dashboard.
And it's so funny, like, and maybe it's because, like, I have been drinking and we're all turned up and whatever, but we were just talking about time, and that a clock was one of the first things that you had said in the original. A clock on the mantle and then being bronze. I don't know, I'm just trying to, like,
there's
take
like
it
a clock,
apart. Like, it
some
feels like
books or something.
I don't
like,
know.
like that's the type of stuff that you would see on a mantle.
Yeah.
But I don't know that anything actually stuck out to me when I saw those things on the dashboard. I just know that those are the types of things that go above a fireplace. But it looked like the things that should go above a fireplace.
I want to go into, like,
But they were
all
bronze.
the symbolism of it. I used to have, like, dream dictionaries and shit.
I had a good one. It was like a 10,000 word one or
I think I
something.
had the same one,
The
yeah.
red book, thick red book, but little.
I thought it was blue, but who knows?
I don't know.
It was so many years
I ended
ago.
up giving it to somebody because they had more dream recollections
so
than
many
I did.
books in my life, yeah.
I should have
and
kept
we've
mine.
started over
Yeah.
so many times.
That's your love language too, though, is giving people books.
It is my love language. Wow, it is, and I need to get
Mostly
back
for
to
friendships,
that.
but
Yeah,
it's a funny little quirk about you.
it's so weird, and I like.
Well, you're wanting to share knowledge with folks that you
Yeah.
enjoy.
really
That just
love
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah.
And now my books are telling me to, like, kind of hang on to them and tell people to find them, because some books may not be easily obtained again.
I
which
still
is
need to
hard
look
for me,
up
but
and see if that
but
one's
also
on
you've given away so
audiobook.
many books that you never got back.
yeah.
You know, I think it's fair to reach this point.
Yeah, if I give it, well, and I
You have
still want
so
to
many
gift
less
books,
than you used to have.
but, well, I've moved so many
That's what I
times.
mean, like, there also
I have
has
so much
been
less
the-
furniture.
Yeah.
than I used to
All
have.
of the moving.
Well, I don't know how many times I've given away the 4 agreements.
Oh,
Same.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I buy the
That was
book,
one of the main
I
books.
find it
Yeah.
again, and then I run into somebody and I'm like, you need this, here. And then it's only an $8 book, it's fine. But I don't know how many times I've bought that damn book and then run into somebody that needs to
swear
read
It
it.
was literally the exact same thing for you. With the
Yeah.
exact
You can
book.
heal your life,
Mhm.
4 agreements, and any of the Pleiadian books, but particularly the one written by Barbara Marciniak called Earth Keys to the Living Library. So if
I just
anybody's into books,
vivid
A
those
New Earth
different
is really good.
versions.
Eckhart Tolle.
I love Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah,
I
A
love
New
The
Earth
Power
is
of Now.
awesome. I bought
Yeah.
that one a couple of times and gave it away. My mama gave me hers, and she had highlighted parts and like parts within the book, so that she could, when feeling some type of way, could go and flip through and just point at one of the highlighted
Yeah.
parts and read that, and then that would be something that she was having an issue with. It would reset,
Well, yeah, I think that's cool.
and then I ended up letting somebody else borrow that book.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so that gone, and so I bought it again, and I had my own, and then give that one away too,
Yeah.
and that's just how that works.
Yeah. I hate to.
It's not an $8 book, mind you, but
Right.
it's a good read, and it needs to be shared.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that is just how, when you really enjoy a book. I need to get back to reading.
I do too.
I do
that
too.
book that Lane
I have a
gave me to
Right,
read.
they've been
I-
quite a, like...
I still haven't read any of it other than that day at the
That's-
store.
that's
It's
how I
sitting
am
on
with
my
your
couch,
Baba
the arm
Yaga.
of my couch. It's sitting there just like staring at me like, when are you gonna read me? And I'm like, I need time.
Yeah.
There's been so many things going on
I've
here
had
lately
this
with
book
friends
for
and visitors
months.
and
Yeah.
all that. Like,
It's Smurfs.
You know, sometimes just
Oh, that's
not
yeah.
a problem.
I still need to look
Life
and see if
just
that one's on
comes
the
out.
You
audiobook.
see how far I've gotten,
Ooh,
like
that one
not
looks
very
pretty.
far.
Farther than I did.
But then book.
I was thinking about it today, and I don't think I've read a full book in almost 10 years.
See,
haven't read
I
a
used
full
to
book
read
in a
all
long
the
time
time.
either.
Me too,
Insane.
when I was
I loved
I was
it.
always
Me
reading.
too.
Now
When I
I'm
was
always
his
on the
age, I
damn
was reading
phone.
books every
Me
day.
too. Like
Now we're
I mean,
always
I
on
was
the
never
electronics.
like. I think I
Yeah.
kind of mostly read books because it was just one of those things that Quinn loved. So I was like, well, I have to read books. But as soon as Quinn stopped reading books, I was like, okay, no more reading.
Oh,
books.
now I don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Off
But
the
now, like,
hook.
I miss that. Like,
I used to read with
Why?
I used to read with all you kids.
I know.
Well,
That's
it's-
one thing I was
like,
good. We would
It's hard to
read.
get into a
Fablehaven was
book.
my favorite book.
Fablehaven. Oh
Like,
my god, it was the
Those
best.
books I genuinely read, not even like I reread them so many times.
Yeah.
I genuinely loved them so much.
Have you read Fablehaven?
No.
It's a
We
silly
even-
kid series, but
Well,
it's so
and
good.
it's
No,
so
I used to
funny.
do
So good.
Animorphs.
I loved Animorphs.
Ah!
Yes.
We just became so much closer, you have no idea. Like, me and my brother made up our own characters. We were both aliens, the Andalites. Yeah, we both had our own Andalite character, and we made all the story background, all this blah blah.
I think
Yeah.
that was like the covers are like kind of subconsciously a big inspiration for my art.
Oh,
Like
man.
them halfway through, like oh my gosh, it just did something for my brain.
Oh, I can't remember her name right now. But the Rachel, the one that turned into the cat.
Yes.
Like book number 2. That's how I fell in love. We had Jake turning into the lizard, book number 1, and then Rachel. Is it Rachel?
I don't know. My
I don't
favorite
think
one
Rachel's
was like
right,
this
but
kid that turned
she-
into a hawk.
Oh,
don't
Tobias.
Yes, Tobias.
And then he got stuck as a hawk.
Yes, like,
Yes,
it
until
just, like,
later
encapsulated
on
me.
that he got some other kind of yerk technology, whatever, that was able to turn back into his human
Yes.
form. Ah, so
I
good.
loved those books.
Oh, so
They're
good.
Such an easy little read.
I had all of them. Oh
Yeah.
man, and I read them and I lived in those versus talking to anybody at school because school was horrible. Kids were horrible.
Yeah.
And I just read my book and I said, "Fuck all y'all." But that one and Everworld were like big ones for me. Everworld was really good.
I don't even know that one.
It was other
were
folks
filled
who
with-
got stuck in different time lines in
Oh,
different
it's the actual.
worlds
Whoa,
and their
I never
experience
read any
being
of
in
that.
it. They were good.
Dang.
They were like
I didn't even know that. Like
Oh, the Animorphs?
I
Oh,
had
man.
no idea.
Man,
Huh?
See a
Mama
cover
brought
of
us to
one,
the
cool.
store and we found this book, and because Mama saw that we liked this book so much that we read this book, my brother would get 1, I would get 2, he would get 3, I would get 4, and we would interchange whenever we were done reading.
Oh.
And so we could get the whole collection, but not buy the same one over again, because Mama wasn't going to buy 2 of the same thing.
Right.
The alien ones. You've definitely seen one of these covers.
Oh no,
Yes!
I've heard of them. I've just
Okay.
never read them. But
Yeah,
wow.
no, me. I
didn't
don't
know
Quinn
that
loved
was.
them, but I loved them. Like, I didn't read like all of them because there were so
Cool.
many, but I did.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
sometimes you would let me
Maybe
and Quinn
change.
each get a book at the Art.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
I definitely got some Animorphs books.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I
yes.
gave my whole collection to my friends Ron and Aaron for their kids.
Well, at least it went down
Um,
to future generations.
Well, I was like, this needs to have that
Yeah.
continued love,
Yes.
and they're just really cool kids.
Good.
Yeah, well, the whole
Yeah.
family is really awesome,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Those
really,
are the
really cool
Animorphs.
kids, and they need to know the Animorphs.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that was a staple of that time. Like, you just
Um,
cover so encapsulate.
you might hate
Right, I
But-
remember seeing them. I just,
Yeah.
I was too old to read them.
Well, yeah. Well, and they were
So-
Yeah,
such,
it's my
like,
shit.
whenever you would read
Yeah.
to us for the most part, you would choose, like, a bigger book. And it was always under, like, Quinn's demand. Like, whatever book we would read. And once she got to a certain age, like,
Yeah.
once it was Fablehaven time, it was like, she
You
chose
know,
every book you read to us.
We did have
Like-
kind of a good life together. Like there were parts that were so good. Like we
There
were
were
really into books.
Times, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
there were
were
definitely
always
good
at the
times.
book, man. I want to go
There's
to that
always Oh my
used
gosh,
bookstore. Yeah.
Remember there was cats in there?
Oh, that's
my
cool.
gosh,
It was
Before it was
yeah.
popular.
Cozy bookstore.
I just-
and
I
there
was
was
always
cats.
at
I mean,
the-
yeah, I guess
yeah.
there's cats everywhere. But like, they had their own little area. It
Yeah.
was perfect.
Oh,
And
I'm with
like,
that.
I didn't really have any like. Those were the only cats in my life at that time.
No, I was allergic to cats.
Yeah, you were
until
allergic
I
to
found
cats, and it was when we
medicine
lived up by Williams Canyon.
Once I
so-
discovered there was medicine, we
Yeah.
had cats.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Well, we had a cat.
There was too many bears around there for any stray cats in Manitou.
Yeah.
There was no cats in my life.
And
The bookstore
mountain
that I would
lions.
get my Animorph books from was in the Monroe Mall, and we lived like behind the Monroe Mall in the apartments. I think we were still on the farm. Yeah, we were still on the farm when I started going there for the books. But the woman who, I guess she was the manager or whatnot, she ran the show at that store. She was high priestess.
Ah.
Yeah. And so I would come in for the books, but then I got to meet her, and we always like had this whole like connection thing. And then my friend AJ, we had apparently known each other online. We emailed each other back in the day when that was like how you connected. And then we ended up, actually finally meeting, getting close, and we ended up getting married. We had a hand fasting, and she was the high priestess who married us because he was friends with her too.
Oh.
Like, it was so weird, the connection, because she lived in South Carolina and he lived in South Carolina. And they knew each other, but I didn't know that they knew each other, but me and her knew each other. And then me and him knew each other. And then I met another friend who was also friends with him and didn't know that we knew each other.
Wow.
And then it all, like, connected.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was so
Whoa.
crazy. It was crazy. It was all meant to be.
That feels like a vortex,
whole
a meeting
thing.
of your own oversoul.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy to
Wow.
think. Yeah.
Those are like the invisible strings.
Oh man,
Ooh.
wormhole
It's-
strings, yes, all of that, yeah. No, it's
Soul
all definitely meant to
connections.
be.
Yeah. Yeah, those things don't just happen by accident.
No, that whole connection thing was kind of crazy. I mean, also, everywhere is small, so they say, but there was too many connections for that to not have to have been a...
Yes.
It reminds me of a merkin. It's like it's women in the 70s. Do you know what a merkin is?
Yes, I know what it is because are we gonna? I don't know.
Oh,
if
it's just
I
one?
guess it doesn't matter.
I
who the
prefer
fuck this
two.
is. So I used to.
Oh, were we recording?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
We're
we're over here building a character, and y'all are talking
about
shit.
a merkin.
Ainsley, my old friend.
Tune your string, y'all. Tune in.
Was this what you wanted?
Tune in. I knew a person named Merkin,
I think
It was, but it's
and her mom was fully aware of what that was. So that's how I knew, is because Merkin was so embarrassed of her name.
Damn it.
So she's the one who told me. She was like, a merkin is a pussy wig. I
Okay,
was like,
no.
well, damn, merkin. Don't have that
That's better. Yeah, that's better.
Oh my god.
name. But everyone, or multiple people in that circle
what's that
told me I
like?
reminded them of merkin. So
Yeah, okay.
I'm merkin by association.
Having a unique,
I like the good one.
having a very different
Hey, what
name
about those little ones?
really is character building. I
You know,
think.
yeah. I'm
Not
lucky to be
the horns.
Casseopeia and not merkin.
Right?
Yeah, that's better.
Right? Like you scored on the name, man.
I mean, yeah.
That's actually
It's
I'll
perfect.
very
give you
odd.
props for that one.
Yeah, thank
No,
you.
I love that it's like a legendary
It's like coming out the back.
Whoa!
It really is.
Casseopeia Rhiannon Zdrojowy.
Yeah, I like that too.
Casseopeia Rhiannon Zdrojowy.
AKA
Yeah, that's better.
Kyle.
Yeah, I think that's
And
actually kind of
Zdrojowy.
perfect.
Yes,
Alright.
but I will always keep
Hell
that
And
yeah.
then you can have one
I don't
spike
blame
like
you.
top.
That is more
This.
because
That's big.
that's almost more
Is there
part of
like a
my
unicorn
the last name Zdrojowy is more
Like
of
that
my
one?
identity than Casseopeia.
And all your glamour and cruelty, just do that thing that you do. And all I can do, deep inside, some simple peace I find. You just lonely soul, keeping that Georgia on my mind. For the arms, they reach out to me. For the eyes, they love tenderly. Stealing peaceful dreams I sleep. The road leads back to you. Yeah, I say, Georgia, oh, yeah, Georgia, no peace.